speedrun. So we take it. We're also ninjas, right? So because we're ninjas, we're gonna be using Japanese. Right, so right off the bat, we begin from Ninja Village, and there's nothing really special here other than, you know, the introduction. You learn the basic mechanic of the messenger, which is like the most important thing, and that is Cloud Step. Cloud Step basically is what makes Messengers such a great game. And every time you hit an object or an enemy, you gain Cloud Step, which allows you to jump immediately in the air. Now, of course, the runs are going to get a specific ability that will allow us to get Cloud Step from hitting enemy projectiles as well. So you're going to see a lot of really cool movement. Now, as far as like lore goes, right? As far as story, you start from a ninja village and you have like lessons and such, but you know, you suddenly see this demon, I guess, right? His demon army. So there's like a prophecy, like every a couple of years, the demon army returns to eradicate humanity. So, and then the Western hero comes to save the day, I guess. You got the task to actually get the scroll from, you know, the Western hero and deliver it to the top of the mountain on the other side of the island. So you're gonna have to go through the demon army in order to actually deliver that scroll, I guess. So yeah, we're off the ninja village. Everyone I think they got killed if I'm not mistaken, and we're in one of the greatest levels, I guess. Really nice music. This music overall is absolutely fantastic, I need to say. Rainbow Dragon Eyes did a really great job. Yeah, like you see the movement here is pretty standard. There's nothing really special since it's like the first level, but there are going to be a couple of new tricks, new tech by using Cloud Step that will allow the runners to do specific sections faster. Coltaho have a little bit of mishap there, but not a big deal, as they're going to go through the shop and you see that they collect some yellow shards. Those are called time shards. This is pretty much the currency in the game. You need to have about 40 before you enter the shop. You always will have 40 before you enter the shop. So there's not really a big deal if you like collect every single time shard along the way. And with those 40 time shards, you can slash enemy projectiles now to gain Cloud Step. And this is, as I said, the most important mechanic of the game, Cloud Stepping. Really interesting damage boost coming up. I'm not sure if both of them are gonna do it. I see Kun is going for it. Coltaho is gonna wait for it. You see how much time that damage boost saves. Coltaho had to wait for the elevator to approach. Oh, I just realized he couldn't do the damage boost because every time you fell into the spikes, you take 3 points of HP of damage. So Coltaho had 3 HP, so he couldn't do the damage boost. Alright, so that's why he couldn't really go for it. Really amazing effect as well. While you are underwater, there's like a little bit of a muffle, I guess, on the music. Like, it's similar to when you hear music, I guess, underwater. It's like a really cool touch that the game has, and it has plenty of other great stuff as well, I need to say. This game is amazing. You definitely, if you haven't played it, you should definitely check it out. Alright, so Kun didn't go for the really risky strat. He went like underwater, the normal way, I guess. You see that pillar with the spikes? There is a way to actually go above it, but it's super risky. Kun didn't go for it, but it does save a little bit of time, that's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah, you can definitely hear the music being absolutely fantastic. Really nice skip coming up here. Usually you want to go to the You want to go to the right side, take the swing, and then go up there, but by properly getting cloud step when you slash the enemy. When you jump, you can do another jump and skip pretty much that swing. That was slashing the lantern from Kuni. He kind of failed it there a little bit, but that was slash saves a couple of frames. It's like really cool. We're gonna see plenty of those double slashes in the next levels. Like in this one, for example, this screen, we already see one, and there's gonna be more in Bamboo Creek, the third level of the game. Alright, so both runs have done a really good job in Autumn Hills. Coltaho is a little bit behind because of it. He didn't do the damage boost and some like minor mistakes, but I think both of them are going to be like super satisfied with how they did in Autumn Hills. You see both of them enter the shop. They're going to buy 2 upgrades. One of them is the shurikens, because we're ninjas, right? We're going to have the shurikens. And the other one is to actually have a recovery when we get hit. So interesting thing about the shurikens is like whenever you throw them, you can pretty much like slash at the same time. You can one cycle the boss. Now, Kun actually didn't get it. Coltaho will probably get this. Yes, Coltaho got a really great fight. Kun actually messed it up a little bit. He went for that extra great hit. You saw him, he did a little bit of a jump. And if you do that jump, you somehow glitch the messenger, you do an additional hit. But he actually got hit, and that denied him the one cycle. And Coltaho is in the lead. He enters Fallen Temple, and all I have to say about Fallen Temple is that it's done. That's it. That's the level. I mean, that's the level in this category, at least. We're not going to be seeing much of it. I mean, we're not going to see it at all now. So at the end of the catacombs, and in the beginning you saw that they both talk to a specific character. Those are called Febigins or something like that. And these are the guys that actually fixed the bridge in Fallen Temple. Now, if you do the full game, you have to save those guys in order to fix that the bridge to go to the temple. But in the 8-bit category, you don't go for them. So we won't really save them all. So something to say about Catacombs is the fact that it's a really difficult level for many new runners, simply because there are a lot of traps in this room, and like spikes, swinging balls, as the one that you saw earlier, spinning blades, all these things deal 3 points of damage, and that can be like really painful. And the other difficult thing, as you see, Coltaho is going to wait for a cycle. This level is all about the cycles. So if you miss a cycle, then you're losing a lot of time. So you need to do a lot of really nice movement overall in order to, save time. You see that Kun, who didn't really slow down, despite the fact that he was a little bit behind, he actually managed to catch up with Coltaho. Alright, so I'm interested to see what the runs are going to do here. There is an option to take the damage boost here or not. I think both of them are going to skip this. I was found that a damage boost later on is faster by about 0.8 seconds. The difficult part, of course, is to actually reach that point with 4 HP or 5, I guess. So let's see if they're going to reach that point with that high amount of HP. These wizards that Ruxton, that's the name of the boss in this area, those wizards can be like really annoying because they spawn randomly, they teleport randomly, I guess, in random position I should say, and the projectiles can be super annoying. As you can see right now, the runners, Coltaho is going to play super safe here, as Kun does the damage boost and he eventually caught up with Coltaho. So the runners are like really close to each other right now. So I think that it will really come down to the one cycles, as I said. There's like one specific screen that, well, they're really synced right now. Kun is a little bit ahead right now, slightly better movement. So there's a specific one cycle here. I don't know if they're gonna go for it. Kun is going for it simply because he had really great movement. As you saw, Coltaho had to wait there because the pressure plate actually crushes you and one-shots you. And we're in the fight, Ruxton fight. So something to say about Ruxton fight is the fact that there are two patterns, and one of them is good, one of them is bad. So let's see what the runs are gonna get. Okay, so Kun gets the bad pattern. That loses a little bit of time. While Coltaho gets a good pattern, let's see how he managed to do it. He actually gets really nice hits. He's probably gonna get the really quick kill, if I'm not mistaken. One hit probably away. Yep. And Coltaho in the lead. As you can see, that RNG costs about 8 seconds to Kun, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna be switching audio back and forth now, because this race is really going back and forth. Oh yeah, both the runs are really close. And this is gonna be the level that pretty much will make a huge gap, I think, between the two runs, unless they both have a really fantastic Bamboo Creek. This is by far the most technical level in the game. You don't have a lot of upgrades, and there are a lot of screens that are some really cool text. Dude, they're releasing, this is actually pretty hype. Some really interesting skips that are really, really difficult to do, but yeah, we'll see how both of them do. Kun is a little bit in the lead now. I'm actually gonna wait after Bamboo until I switch the audio. Simply because it's like ridiculous. How Coltaho gets a death. Oh, this is like extremely unfortunate because I think the checkpoint is really far away. Oh no. So the not only does the death cost him because, you know, the how far away the checkpoint is, but also you get an extra dialogue with that little devil guy. When you die, that guy spawns, and every time you collect a time shard, he eats your time shards. That's like the toll that you pay by dying, I guess. And he keeps you alive, I suppose. So Kun is coming up to one of the first big skips, I guess. It's not really that big of a skip, but it definitely saves a couple of time. He fails it. Third try is alright. Third try is not bad. In the first time he tried to do the double slash, which is something that he does quite well. I think he's the only one who can actually execute it quite consistently. It's unfortunate that in the race he didn't do it. Those double slashes, as you can see, he fails that one, but he fails it again. Okay, third try, he did a little bit of dacking, I guess, for Swagger. And now this is the major skip, I guess, in the level. Beautiful. The double slashes on the lanterns gets the elevator skip. What you have to do in that screen is you have to go on the bottom and get the elevator up, but the elevator takes so much time. So by doing those really beautiful double slashes, you skip that elevator. Coltaho has a really big issue right now with the lantern. After like a couple of tries, he decides not to go for it, and he's on his way now for the final stage of Bamboo. Alright, so right now we're gonna get the second necessary, I guess, upgrade, I suppose, from the shop. I forgot to mention that in the first shop we also get the climbing gloves. I always forget that because it's like right from the beginning, you know, you expect that you'll get it, I guess. But yeah, we get the gliding, which as you see here, when you are under like a wind turbine, I guess, you can glide up. And also it will allow you to have slower movement as you fall down. So you can do like some really cool stuff. And of course, later on, we're gonna get a specific upgrade. Wait, I think Kun actually got it. Okay, yeah. It's the glide attack. You can do like a specific downward slash while you glide. And that is super helpful with the maneuver, especially in one of the later parts of the game. Alright, Coltaho is done with Bamboo Creek as well. Moving on to Howling Grotto. He's gonna go get the glide as well. Yeah, Shovel please in chat. This, as I said earlier, the music in the game is fantastic, and this is actually one of the greater tracks as well. Alright, something cool to notice, I guess. Using Kuningas is using King EST in his name. From what he told me, Kuningas, I think in Estonian, means king, so he's using the English version, I guess, of his name. Nicely done there. He avoided that rock. You can get debated there by that guy, and sometimes he will look like he's looking right, but he will throw the rock to the left. We also got another upgrade, as you saw Kun use there. He did a specific boost underwater, and when he got out of the water with a boost, he kept the momentum, and by using glide, he kept it for a little bit longer. Alright, Kun is really having a really good Howling Grotto, and Coltaho as well is having good Howling Grotto. Kun is about to find the first boss. Wait, not the first boss, but the boss of the area, I should say. The big golem. And let's see if Kun can actually count, because this is like a math test, I suppose. You have to do, in order to get a really quick kill, you want to do 7 hits to the core, and then move to the left or the right and throw a shuriken. So let's see how big he does. 7 hits, he throws a shuriken, and that way he's closer to the wind turbine, and he can do multiple hits to the boss, and that will allow him to get a 2 cycle. Usually the fight is a 3, or in worst case scenarios 4 cycles. Yeah, he's having a really good fight, getting the 2 cycle, and there's one more phase though. So let's see how this goes in the last phase. A lot of hits there, probably one more hit. There we go, 2 hits. Alright, nicely done. So what you want to be in that screen, you want to be really low on that screen when you kill that green sphere. And you want to be to the left side. You want to save a couple of times, but it's alright. As Coltaho is going to buy an HP upgrade, I think. Yeah. Yeah. The green sphere guy was actually, turns out that he's a really good guy. He said that, why did you attack and you destroy my golem? And we said that, well, you attacked me, so he was really sad. He would have actually let us go if we asked, I guess. So he started crying because he lost his golem. Feels bad, man. Alright, Coltaho now on that fight. He does a circuit strat as well. As Kuningas is moving on to Mushroom Mars. Quills, oh my god, that level. Quills through Mars. A little bit difficult to say. Well, it's a Mars that consists of mushrooms and quills, so it's a Quills through Mars. Get it? So a really cool strat here. As you can see, he will glide attack those attacks in that blue ball, and that way he can actually just keep holding right. In this screen, you can keep holding right, and if you do specific slashes and glide attacks, you can actually manage to get by far the fastest screen. Let's see how he does here. Nice. Nicely done. Oh, he stopped there for a bit. You can actually make it without stopping there. And as Coltaho is done with the fight as well, nicely done to cycle there, and really good fight on the green guy. So, yeah, something to say about this game. we say this is the 8-bit section. There's also 16-bit section, which is like the future spoilers. I have to say that the 8-bit is more or less about 1/3 of a game, but I need to say that it might be actually a little bit longer. But it really depends, I guess. But 1/3 seems like about right. Because 16-bit is kind of a Metroidvania game. It's really open, I need to say, while the 8-bit is more linear. So it's kind of difficult to give a specific amount of time, or you know how long the 8-bit section is compared to the 16-bit. Really nice movement there from Kun. Really nice movement there from Coltaho as well. He's not really going for that super risky strat, but he's actually, wow, he actually got a really nice wall kick, I think. That was actually the first time I see this. Really nicely done for Coltaho. Yeah, it's actually indeed a really neat idea with the 16-bit. Basically, for those who might see this game, the 8-bit section is pretty much close to like the NES style, I guess, while the 16-bit is more to like the Genesis style of games, I suppose. Shopkeeper percent. Now we're not gonna go for it. So Kun actually tried to do a really new strat that was found. You can actually do a wall kick on that platform instead of waiting. He didn't get it, unfortunately. I think he ended up wasting a little bit of time, but if you do get it, you actually save time. And he moves on now to the boss fight. The Queen from, I don't remember exactly the name. I think she's like the queen or something. Really cool strat there. You can like do 2 specific attacks in the air to gain cloud step, and then once he lands on that gymnastic thingy, whatever the name is, I don't know. You can throw a shuriken and knock her down before she does an extra attack. Queen of Quills, alright, thank you. The monk, alright, thank you, Kodran. And this is like a scripted fight. You might see like Kuningas didn't really exactly count the hits, he just did a lot of damage. And it's scripted that the boss will go to the middle there, and she will take the last hit. So he went on the entrance to the far right, and he throws Shuriken to do the last hit. He moves on to Syrian Crags, while Coltaho is on his way now to the boss. Coltaho is actually having a pretty decent Quincy Mars as well. Both of them actually have really good levels. Kun probably has a little bit of better movement overall, but Coltaho is having a great run as well. Now this is the third shop that we have to get in, and we are getting the rope dart or hook shot or grappling hook, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It's called rope dart in the game, and we're going to call it rope dart from now on. It's a really cool thing. It's by far one of the best tools in the game. It gives you a lot of movement options. So Syrian Crags is actually not a great level for me. There are some runs who say that it's a really good level. I personally don't like it. It's kind of weird to platform. There are like a couple of techniques overall, but I don't know, it's just like a little bit weird. So Kun is waiting a little bit because he's going to use one of the dogs to actually do that glide attack and skip a specific section. Nicely done from him. As Coltaho doesn't get the shuriken, unfortunately. Oh no, he didn't get enough damage to get the whip attack, so he's gonna have to wait a little bit. Not the best, not the worst fight though from Coltaho. Really cool skip there again from Kun, using that glide attack to skip a specific section. But yeah, you can see like rope dart gives a lot of momentum and yeah, movement options, I guess. You gain a lot of speed by doing specific stuff. You can go through enemies as well, and in the boss fight in this area, I notice a specific utility purpose that the rope dart serves that is actually really important for speedruns of this game. Best shops in town, yeah. So Kun is about to enter that boss fight while Coltaho is just starting Syrian Crags. So the difference between the two runs is about 2.5 minutes, I would say, maybe 3 minutes. Alright, so one of the utility purposes, as I said, of course, you get a little bit of a knockback. You see Kun actually spamming the rope dart and slashing. This technique actually is a little bit faster, if I'm not mistaken, than regular slashing. And another thing is, in this guy, you can only damage him when you're hitting his back when he's walking towards you. So by using the rope dart, you get those iframes, you can get behind him without getting damaged. And this guy only takes damage in the front when he walks. So right now he's going to be using the rope dart to actually gain the airframes and not get hit by the rock. Pretty alright fight there from Kun. I believe he got one bad pattern, I think. Maybe not. I actually didn't really pay attention to that, to what specific panic he got. But he did a really alright job, I guess. From what I understand, there is like a possibility for a 2-cycle in that boss fight, but you have to be like really lucky with hits, I think. So as Coltaho is clearing ceiling cracks, Kun is on by far the best level in the game, in my opinion at least. Really cool tech and absolutely amazing uses of rope dart in this level. So just enjoy this because it's actually absolutely great. Really great movement, rope darting and glide attacking everywhere with specific skips. The music is hype, the level is absolutely great. This is by far one of the best levels in the game in my opinion to go through. Beautiful walk there from Kun as he climbed that section. Yeah. Really good stuff. As Coltaho right now is fighting the bosses in cracks, and you can see he got the bad RNG. Whenever there is like a specific combo that these guys do, it's considered bad RNG, and that was one of the combos. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, Cassius. Maybe it can turn into an NES card mode, but it might be like really difficult. Another great uses there of rope darting and glide attacking projectiles. Kun gets a really nice skip there as Coltaho is done with the ceiling cracks boss, and he's gonna move on to Glacial Peak himself. Right, so this specific section actually used to give Kun a lot of trouble. Oh my god, I almost gave him curse. What is he doing? Oh my god, I almost cursed him there. Was he like toying with us? Alright, he messed up the screen. I don't know what he's doing, but that was kind of scary. Alright, he is done with Glacial Peak, that was it. We reached the top of the mountain. We are finding the 3 sages, and we're gonna give them the scroll that we had to, that the Western Hero gave us. And we're gonna they tell us to actually open the scroll, and we're gonna summon the Tower of Time, which is like the headquarters of the messengers in overall, and we're gonna prove that we're gonna be worthy of being like a messenger. Something along those lines. Lore, I don't really remember that much. So Kun is entering the last level of the category of this run, as Coltaho is midway through Glacial Peak. So remember when I said about something about catacombs being really difficult because there are a lot of traps? Well, Tower of Time has something to say about that, because Tower of Time is just traps, I guess. It's like full of traps, like lasers, beams, spikes, mages, like all these things that can give you a lot of trouble. You saw everything here. So Kun wants to be like really safe in Tower of Time because there is a specific skip that you can do, but it requires you to be at full HP for it. So, oh, he got a really nice skip there as well. Nice stuff. Oh no, Coltaho has a death on that climbing section. Fortunately for him, it's not a huge time loss, but it's a time loss nevertheless. And Kun tries for the really risky fast cycle and he gets hit. So now he cannot really do the skip. Right, Coltaho right now is down with that section. Oh no, can he? Okay, he can salvage it. He was so close. Dying there, but he's playing a little bit safe there. Nice. He got through that section. Alright, so Kun is going to be on the screen that I mentioned that there is a skip. So basically the skip involves those lasers on the right side. You can actually damage boost through the lasers, not these ones, but these ones. By taking a hit, you can climb that section, and you actually save a lot of time by doing that. But you have to be at 5 HP because the lasers do 4 points of damage. He's gonna go for the quick cycle? No, he's not gonna go for the quick cycle here. Another interesting technique or optimization, I guess, the quick cycle on that specific room. Using the hook shot, the rope dart, I guess, preemptively, I guess, can actually make you like grab on that gymnastic ring, whatever the name is, faster. Alright. From now on, Kun made a mistake, so he has to go back to hit that switch because you have to make sure you hit these switches on a specific timer because if you don't make it, there's going to be a path formed. So luckily for him, it wasn't really that bad. As Coltaho enters Tower of Time now, and Kun is about to finish Tower of Time, funny enough. He's almost at the end. That difficult but not difficult screen. Like, I don't know why this screen exists. But I guess it's just a challenge, I suppose. So the category ends on the last hit of the boss. And the boss is after this climbing section. Gonna slash for... Okay, I don't know what Kun was thinking there. I think he was trying to do some kind of skip, but unfortunately there's no skip. Maybe do the platforming style thing, I suppose. So oh my god, Coltaho gets really bad RNG. I feel so bad about it. Also, Kun is starting the fight right now. And Arcane Golem is a really interesting fight. You can do like slashes and stay up with him. I guess like it's like the cheese way to do it, I suppose. I believe that pretty much everyone in the casual playthrough did this, so I don't know how much of a cheese that is. As Coltaho gets a death, unfortunately. Using the rope dart to get iframes so that he dodges the balls. Kun gets a really nice fight. And he is done with a time of 34:14. Really good time for a race from Kun. Let's see if he wants to join for an interview. As Coltaho gets another death on those spikes, and this specific death that Coltaho got is actually really costly. Unfortunately, like it's really far away from the wait, I forgot to do this. Alright, I'm sorry, but I had to switch audio to Coltaho. You know what? I'm gonna do this, guys. I'm sorry, just for a moment, I'm gonna do this. Because the music here is fantastic. Okay, that's enough. Okay, we're back. We're back to Coltaho right now, as he's about to finish his run. A couple of rooms left for him. Yeah, Kun got a 34-14, really good stuff from him. You can see right now he's in the 16 beat. He's doing like a little bit of celebratory thingy, whatever. This is like the continuation of the game. The 16 beat, the future, the Genesis style graphics, I guess, on the game. And there's plenty of game left. There's a lot of game left, actually. So if you guys are interested in more categories like the any percent, then the any percent is about, depending on what category you want to do, the no out of bounds category, 2 hours long and 10 minutes. So plenty of messenger action. As Coltaho right now on the final mage room. Those mages gave him a little bit of trouble. He's moving on to the last screen before the climb there. Let's see how he handles the arcane golem. So as Coltaho climbs, I might as well mention that Kun actually has his final race. This was his final race in the group stage. He got 3 wins in 3 matches. I mean, he is the world record holder of the category. He's like really, really good as well. Like he has been working on it for a really long time, so he's definitely a really consistent runner as well. And Coltaho on the final fight right now. Let's see if he can actually stay up, because many runners actually have that problem of staying up when you do the slices. All right, so started. So as you can see, using the rope dart there as well a little bit. Pretty good stuff. Getting blown away, but he never drops down. Just a couple of hits left. 2, 3. 3 hits left, and that's it. GG from Coltaho, time 38-35. With the deaths that he had, he was relatively close to his PB, 2 minutes away from his PB, more or less. 38 minutes time is, you know, pretty alright, a pretty respectable time. Some of the deaths that he had were kind of nasty, especially like in the Tower of Times one that was right before the checkpoint. That cost him about 40 seconds, sorry. Yeah, he did it. You know, we do have to mention that Coltaho was going up against, you know, KuningasEST, the world record holder of this category, a really consistent runner as well. He's been getting times really close to 34s, even though he might not play at his best. So, you know, it's not a really easy task for Coltaho, but he did, you know, despite the deaths, bring a really good performance. You know, up until Catacombs, he was ahead. After Catacombs, he was ahead. But, you know, bamboo movement can be a little bit tricky, for sure. Yeah, I believe we are going to have Coltaho joining us, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, like this was the Messenger 8-bit no out of bounds race between Coltaho and Kuningas. Both runners did a really good job. If you like the race, there are plenty of races coming up. Today we have a bunch of them. I believe 3 races. I don't really remember exactly what the command is for. Okay, it's Messenger. So you can check chat for the schedule and the bracket. So make sure you check it out. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there's gonna be a race in about 8 hours from now? Question mark. I'm not 100% sure about that. Oops. All right. I believe we're gonna have. Okay, let me fix a little bit. I believe we're gonna have a Coltaho joining us soon. And yeah, we have Coltaho joining us now. GG, Coltaho. What do you think overall about your race?
Sorry, I got to turn you up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for the GG. Yeah, it was a fun race.
Yeah, I mean, as I said in the chat, you were going up against the world record holder of this category, a really consistent runner as well. It's not a really easy task, but you were actually ahead, leaving catacombs, and that was like really good. You had really good movement, you played really well, you fought the boss really well, both Ruxton and the Autumn Hills boss. So
yeah, I was actually really worried about Ruxton because he's been a pain in my side, just like everybody else's side, I'm sure. But he gave me a good first pattern there.
Yeah, when you get that pattern, it feels so good. You're like, all right, we're gonna be done after 2 cycles.
Yep. No, I saw that Kuni missed the 1 cycle on the first boss, and I was like, no way. And then he already made up all that time within less than a minute. So
yeah, he got a bunch of 1 cycles, if I'm not mistaken. Catacombs is a really heavy cycle-based level with all the pressure plates and such. So he got a bunch of the god cycles, I need to say, in some situations.
Yeah, definitely. I don't have very much practice getting the 2 major 1 cycles in there.
Yeah, but yeah, as I said, you did a really good job. I think even there were a couple of like really small mistakes, and of course that really unfortunate death that you fell into the spikes. Of course, then.
Yeah, no, I feel like once you die once in this game, it's just a snowball effect, and everything goes wrong.
I actually didn't really pay that much attention, but did you have enough time shards when you entered Grotto for the gliding attack?
Yeah, so what I usually almost always have enough for is the glide attack and the +1 life. And since I died, I didn't have enough, so that's why before the Golem boss, I went back and got the extra life just to make sure, because sometimes that fight gets iffy,
Yeah, there's like strats to do damage boost, and maybe the damage boost really work. So,
Yeah, I got the nice 2 cycle in Emerald Golem. Like, I actually was pretty close. I guess +14 off my gold on there, so it's not great, but
yeah, you had a good fight. Both of you actually had good fights overall. Even like your Crags fight was good for both of you. With the RNG, of course, because it's a really heavy RNG boss.
Yeah, they gave me the armadillo roll there, and it wasn't very nice.
Yeah, but yeah, you did well. Glacial Peak is a really difficult level, but a really nice level with movement. Couple of mistakes there, but it happens, of course, in our race as well. But,
yeah, definitely. I actually really enjoy the game. After you get out of Quillshroom, and Syrian Craigs and Glacial Peak are my favorite levels just to fly through. I got a 6.6 second gold on Syrian Craigs even.
Nice. So. That's always nice to get. But yeah, this was your first race in the tournament. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope for the best for the future races.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
So yeah, guys, if you want to check out the runs, of course, take a look at the links in chat. And for the next matches, of course, there are the links in chat for the schedule. There is one in about 8 hours from now, if I'm not mistaken. So, or maybe less, 6 hours from now, something like that. You can check the schedule. by yourselves. And yeah, I have to say thank you everyone for watching. Thank you Coltaho for the interview, joining us here for the interview and for the race. Kun, of course, for the race, and above all, thank you Speed Gaming for hosting this. This is always nice to see speedruns and the races. So not only the Messenger, but every other game. So yeah, I hope everyone's gonna have a good day. See you.